Hey Aries, it's Suzanne with Sunny Forest Tarot. Welcome to your month of May reading, and this reading is for him. All right, so I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm doing him and her readings for the month of May. All right, so I hope you enjoy it. All right, so what are we looking at? We're looking at what your expectations are, okay? We're looking at your feelings. We're looking at the opportunity for you in May, and then we're looking at what is happening around you in May, and then the most important card for him, Aries, in May, right here. And then we're taking 2 oracle cards, 1 Romance Angels and 1 Lenormand card. We're not doing any clarifying. So this is completely intuitive. All right, so let's take a look as far as what your expectations are in for the month of May. We have, look at that, we have the unknown card. So as far as your expectations, it feels like you might be in a place right now where you don't want to look at what's coming in May. You might be just surrendering to the fact that you don't know what's coming in May and you don't want to put any expectations on the month of May. Either way, right now you don't have expectations when it comes to the month of May. What are your feelings? 2 of Wands, that's really interesting. All right, so what that tells me, 2 of Wands says that there's 2 directions that you can go in. You might be at a crossroads, all right? You know, when it comes to a relationship, when it comes to a connection, and you just don't know what your expectations should be around this relationship or around this connection. But you do have a direction as to how you want to see it go forward. You do know how you want to see this move forward, or you do know what direction you want to go in. But I feel like it's like maybe you haven't thought about what steps you might need to take to get there. So it's like, for example, like maybe you live in Connecticut in the United States and you want to go to Texas, but you haven't made any travel arrangements. You haven't, contacted who you want to see in Texas. It's like you haven't put an actual plan in place yet. So it's like you know where you want to go. You might know who you want to go towards, but it's like the details haven't been figured out yet. You're feeling drawn towards something. You're feeling drawn towards somebody, but you don't know how to make it happen. All right, so let's look at the most important card for the month of May. We have 3 of Wands. So, yeah, 3 of Wands is about intentions and expectations. So your intentions are very clear as to where you want to go, but you're in this waiting mode. And it's like you might be asking yourself, what am I waiting for? Why am I not taking the steps? You might not be taking the steps right now simply because you don't know when your state is going to open. You don't know when businesses are going to open. You don't know when your job is going to come back. That could be, what this unknown card is. But this is telling me that you know where you want to go. You know who you want to go towards. But it's like you're holding off because you can't make a plan yet. So what do we have here for the Romance Angels card? We have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. All right. So this could also be, why we have the unknown card. You may know there might be somebody in your circle, there might be somebody in your life that has stirred, romantic feelings in you. And, maybe this is catching you off guard. Okay? You don't know what to do with it yet. That's what it feels like. You don't know what to do with it yet. But I feel like you're thinking about it. It's not that you don't know how you feel about the person. I think you're adjusting. You're adjusting to the feelings. That's what it is. You're adjusting to these feelings. Like they might have caught you off guard. All right, so what is the opportunity for you in May? Wow. 6 of Wands. Lots of fire energy here. All right, so, which is, can represent you. 6 of Wands is a victory in love. So I feel like, even though that you have known, your feelings, your intentions, why you might be waiting to make a move. What comes before the 6 of Wands? 5 of Wands. I feel like what might be holding you up is that, or what might have held you up in the past is the person that you want to go towards might have been with somebody else. 5 of Wands can mean competition. So I feel like with 6 of Wands, you might have, you might know that you can win the heart of this person that you want to go towards. And, you might just be figuring out the details of how you want to go about this. You can be very romantic. And that could be what this is about. Just figuring out the details, the romantic details. What's happening around you? Ooh. We have the Hierophant. So this is not something that you're taking lightly. This connection, this new spark, this new love is not something that you're taking lightly at all. This is something that, I feel like this person matches up with your core values, which can be what the Hierophant actually asks. You could be asking yourself, does this person match my core values? Does this person, is this person going to vibe with my family? Is this person going to get along with my friends? And I feel like the answers to all of those questions are yes, yes, yes. So when someone matches your core values, okay, every time you answer yes to one of those questions, it's like your heart commits a little bit more. The Hierophant can be about traditional relationship, traditional commitment, possibly traditional marriage. So this might be somebody that you move very quickly with. There might be a big possibility here that You become committed very quickly to somebody that you consider a new love. But I feel like you answer yes to a lot of the questions you ask when you're considering somebody for a relationship. What do we have here? All right, so we have the snake. Interesting. You know, the snake usually is never a great energy or a great card. You know, what I feel like for this, first of all, we have the number 7. All right. So 7 can be a little bit of a mystical connection, a little bit of a mystical quality. You know, we have the unknown card. So I feel like the snake in this reading, you know, represents, you know, could be your missing expectations. Because we have new love, and 3 of Wands is also about expectations. So I feel like this is the fact that you can't nail down how you're going to go about this, or the fact that you might have won the affections of somebody. You might have won the affections of somebody over somebody that you might know, that doesn't know that you have inclinations towards their person. That could be one thing. The other thing here is, you know that you have to figure out the next steps, and you might be beating yourself up. You might know that you have to take a risk, and maybe you're not quite comfortable with that. You might not be comfortable with the risk because, again, 7 is a number of a mystical quality. So there's like, it's almost like you're having to trust the universe and trust your passion, because I feel like there's a lot of passion here, a lot of fire energy. There might be somebody in your circle that doesn't approve of this new love, or doesn't approve of the fact that you're going to take a risk. You might have confided in the wrong person who is now trying to kind of rain on your parade. Either way, I don't feel like this is, you know, a sneaky energy. The only thing that this could be considered a little bit sneaky is that if you might be carrying a crush for like for a coworker's girlfriend or a coworker's boyfriend. You know, and I say that because we have 3 here. Okay, so that's a possibility. That's a possibility. You might be beating yourself up for that, because I don't feel malicious intentions here at all. This unknown card here could also represent that somebody else doesn't know what your expectations are. Maybe towards their person. You know, nobody feels good about that type of situation, right? But sometimes it happens. Okay, so if you yourself are feeling like a snake, you're, you know, reevaluate what's important to you here. Okay, because if 2 people, and you know, nobody can be stolen. Okay, that's something that's really important. You can't steal somebody that doesn't want to be stolen. And it's not to say that, I'm encouraging, stealing people, but it's just a fact of human nature that happens sometimes. That's unfortunate, but it does. And I feel like you have a lot of passion for somebody. You might have a lot of passion for somebody that's married. Okay? It is what it is. It's definitely somebody that is, new feelings, new love. You might have, it only takes 4 minutes to fall in love. So, I feel like this is about something new for you. Maybe something a little bit confusing. Okay, now that we have this snake card here. But I don't want you to liken yourself or consider yourself a snake because there might be some complicated circumstances. But it's like, how do you go about this? Because this is telling me that there's victory in love somewhere here. And it might be that the other person that you're attracted to or that you're in love with, you already know loves you back. And now it's about figuring out the details of how to go forward. All right, Aries, that is what I have for you. If you are looking for a more detailed reading, you can always reach out to me for a personal reading. I will respond quickly and we'll get you taken care of. And if not, no problem. I will talk to you next time, and I appreciate you so much. Have a fantastic week and month of May. All right? All right. Bye-bye.